was just trying to use the new Restream platform, and I could not use it because the volume, something was wrong with the audio, and I noticed it in the beginning right away. Let me make sure this audio is working for me. Yeah, it's good. Uh, so this video is about the Diamondpress Autoship window die. And so I've done a few samples, and I want to show you what I did and how to put them together to make some cards. So these are the dies, and I'm sorry, these are the stamps, and these are the dies that came in the auto ship. I put them on the magnetic plate and in the little pouch that I got from Diamondpress. So let's start out. So I'm going to do each one or explain each one and how they'll go on a card base. Okay. So this first one here is the Lighthouse. I colored these with my array of Copic markers. So I have a few of the markers here, but it's an array of them. For this here, I took my little I don't know what you call it, blending brushes, and I blended this all together, and I used some archival ink for the ink blending, and this is the ink color that I used. This one, Fossiled Amber by Archival Ink. And so I keep them in this little tin. And so all I did was the normal go around the edges type of thing for it. And then I used my Copic markers to color this in. And this is going to be glued directly down onto our the window. It came with this particular window die. And don't forget, every time you get one of the auto ships, it comes with a cute window die. And so you'll be able to mix and match your windows with the stamps that you use. And you can mix and match your stamps also, because if you think about it, you have a lot of small images that you can build, especially if you have art impression. Art impression has tiny ones, so you can really see you can really use those little windows. And so all I'm doing is laying down my window. So this is a pretty simple card because all I'm doing is laying down that window directly on to the card base where I colored in the um, little scene, so it looks like you're looking out a window into that scene. And then I would put a thinking of you sentiment on the bottom of this. And so then this whole card base will now go on, this card front, I'm going to put directly on this card base. And I didn't cut this down. I made it so it fits directly on the card base itself, just like that. And so you don't have to worry about any edges or anything sticking out. And then you just write the sentiment on the inside, just like that. So that's the first one. And I try to do like kind of a step, one step up, up for it. Let me see. I'm sorry. I'm trying to, oh, there we go. I'm sorry. I'm trying to make it, my camera is acting, there we go. Okay, so now we're going to do this one. And for this one, I I stamped this scene because this is the actual stamp itself. I stamped this scene and I brought in the sun. So what I'm going to do, and I stamped out the window and the curtains. So the curtains will go behind. Is this the right one that the curtains are supposed to go behind? Yeah, the curtains are going to go behind here and stand up off of the actual um, die. So the first thing I need to do is take off the little pieces that's protecting this, um, the sticky. So I'm taking all of these off, and you have to take them all off for this process, mainly because I am putting the curtains on here, and so they have to stick to the actual window. So I'm just sticking the curtains to this, and so they will be kind of raised up also. So that's that side, and then we're going to do the same thing for this side, and we're just adding the curtains just like that. What I need to do is grab another one of these, and what I did was I just cut them to make them a little slimmer to go right and fit right on the card. But I see I should have put one right here. I need to put one right at this top edge where these join together so that they can stick and stand up also. So I just took that off, and now our curtains are on our window, right? That's so cute, the little curtains in the window. Okay, so now after I did that, I wanted to bring in the little sun also, but it's just going to be flat on the card base itself, because when you're at the beach, you want the sun in the sky. And so I'm just going to put glue on the center portion, and then I'm just going to use my fingernail to lift up the edges of our sun, just like that. So they're kind of lifted up, and then we're going to put the sun right on the edge of this card right base. And then we're going to take this, and we're going to lay it on our card base over our over our chair. Okay, but what I want to do is, do I want to do that? I don't know if I really want to make this quick, because if I glue it, no, I don't. What I want to do is take some of my pop dots, or these little, yeah, pop dots, and put it on the back of the curtains. And the reason why I'm doing it is because it gives it more dimension if you lift up your curtains also. Okay, so this one right here, I didn't need that one. I needed this to be there. Okay, so now let's take this off, or these little pieces off. Come on off. Okay. Yep, all of them is off. Okay. And then I'm going to take this and put it right over. I'm going to come up a little bit over our chair scene. So it's like you're looking outside onto the little patio chair. Okay? Just like that. And then I would like to grab. Sorry, puppy, for bothering you. I'm sorry, puppy. Stay there. Stay there, puppy. Because our sun and our chair is colored in on a yellow pattern, I want to cut this card base out of some, let's see, I'm going to make my card base out of this yellow. Oh, I forgot to score it. And so don't forget to always score your card bases so you can have a nice crease. So I'm just scoring it at 4 1/4. And then I'm going to fold it in half like that. And then we're going to take this whole piece here and we're going to put it on this card base. And a lot of times I find it easy to butt this up against my scoring tool and put this on because there's a nice flat surface. So the way I cut this sheet is I make sure that I cut it 1/4 of an inch all the way around, and then a thinking of you, you can't see that, a thinking of you will go right here, okay? And so that is this card right here, and I will make sure that I put a card let me do it right now while I'm thinking about it, so that you will be able to write on the inside of this card. You always want to put a white piece. So I'm just cutting this down to 4 by 5 1/4. And I'm trying to get used to my new trimmer. This is the Stampin' Up trimmer. I'm trying to get used to it because I just became a Stampin' Up rep, and so when I'm doing projects that's using Stampin' Up materials, I would like to use the products. So I'm trying to learn how to use them a little bit at a time. So then I would just take this piece and put it right in there. So now you have somewhere to write. And that is card number 2. Okay, card number 3, I'm going to do card number 4 first. So this I did a little bit different, a little bit extra kind of. So I took card base, matte layer, then I took a white layer and I die cut this so it could have some dimension on it. And so I'm just going to put this directly on here, and I'm taking it all the way to the top, just like that. And you want to use wet glue, and because it'll grab it in the little crevices. And so that's why I use wet glue when I'm doing any kind of folder. But I have to remember that I have to go all the way to the edges. Okay. Now, give that a minute so it can dry. And make sure you go all the way to your edges and not stop in the middle like I do, because then you'll have edges that will bend upwards like that. Okay, then next we want to put the design in there. And so what I did was I used a shabby chic cutting die and cut this out. I'm trying to find it so I can show you which one I used. I have projects sitting over here. Here it is. It's one of the Stampin' Up. This is not Stampin' Up. This is Crafter's Companion, the torn edge rectangle. That's what this is. It's the torn edge. How you can see it's like a little torn edge. And then this is going to go right on here, and we're going to put it close to the bottom because our message is going to be at the top. Yep. Okay, now you can kind of see more at the bottom. Like I work closer to this edge and you can't even see the edge. Okay, and then we're going to take this piece and we're going to give this some dimension. And the reason why you want to do this type of thing is because it kind of gives your card a little extra something. And sometimes it just needs a little extra something so it won't be so plain. And so that's why I'm using the dimension, the pop dots. And I just buy these little pop dots, one pack. You get 2 packs in a package, 2 strips of them in your package for $1 at the Dollar Tree. And there we go. The one thing I did not do on this one is I did not use the window. I just colored in the scene the way it was and then die cut it out with this die. Okay, and then the Thinking of You is from an old punch set from Stampin' Up. It's these little, ooh, scared me. The punch, this punch, and then this is the inner punch. And it came from the old wooden set of dies, many sentiments. And this is a old set from years ago, but it has everything in it. And so I keep the 3 of them as a set when I need just a little bit of something in my, just a little bit of something kind of in my card, for my card. So I'm going to pop this up. Right quick. Pop this up. Just dropped. Get it when I get done. Okay, and then we're just gonna put the Thinking of You right at the top there. Cute as a button. And then I'm going to use one of my pre-made card bases that I get. I have a bunch of these pre-made card bases in my Crafter's Companion. They give you one every single time. They give you a bunch of pre-made cards bases. So I have plenty of them. Then I'm going to take this whole scene, as it were, and I'm just going to glue it directly down. I've already cut this to the layer, so it's already been pre-cut down to a 4 by 5 and a quarter. Make sure that is correct, and we're going to just lay this right down in the center. Again, the reason why I love wet glue is because it gives you some wiggle room and movability when you're putting stuff together. And so and now you have a place on the inside to write, and that's another way to use the card without using the window die itself, but just using the scene. Okay, now this last scene is a little bit more involved. On here I will be putting the Thinking of You, so let me do that first. And it's coming straight from this little set. And I'm just going to use some Memento ink right here. So I stretch across, and I'm going to just stamp it, thinking of you. Really, on our cloud. What I need is some cushion. That's what I was trying to go for, to stamp. And so we're just stamping, thinking of you. I have to move this ink out the way, because if I don't, I will have ink all over our project. I will definitely put my wrist right in it. Okay, so I wanted the little thinking of you. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to glue down our thinking of you right here. And then I'm going to take our window and put our window down next to make it look like you're looking out at the little park. Yeah. Okay. And that's the windows upside down. Okay. And there we go. And then we're going to take these little fence posts, and the fence are also part of the in the die set, and we're going to put the fence right here. We're putting our fence right there. And I know it seems kind of backwards, but it's a card, okay? So when you look at it like, that's weird. The dog is on the outside of the fence looking on the outside. It's a card, okay? Don't go that, you know, serious. But I know people will say, that's crazy. The card is looking out. Okay, so there is our fence. And I thought this cute little dog is part of the set. Was just the cutest little thing. And so I don't know if you can tell, but I put the dog on textured. It's textured. It's the back of some paper, but the texture was so cute that I was like, I really want to stamp this dog on that textured side. And so that's what I did. And so I'm just kind of giving him some movement by just pressing him down and making it, it's because it's gonna kind of make him look like he's jumping. And so I'm going to, I would normally use my Cloud glue gel, but I'm just going to use pop dots, and I'm going to pop dot him up. I thought that this would be so cute, the little dog on our fence post. And so we're going to make him look like he's jumping, so he's not flat on the fence. Okay. That is so cute, the little dog. And then for this, we're going to take a card base, just like we did with the other one. And we're going to put him right on our card base. And so I'm just going to use my tacky glue. And I love this clear tacky glue. I don't use a lot of it because I don't want it to warp my paper. But it sticks pretty good. Okay, and this one will go all over this card. So I'm going to stand it up to make sure it's good that way. Stand it up, it's good that way, to make sure that it sticks. That is the cutest little scene ever. The little dog. And then I do see that when I was stamping, I put a mark in there. And so what I'm going to do is take some of my little rhinestones, and I'm going to use this flat back pearl, and I'm going to put a dab of glue right on it, right there. So that it covers up the spot. Isn't this the cutest? Let's see. My pop dot is over too far. I'm my own worst critic, I know. Okay. And there we go. Isn't that the cutest? And so these are the 4 scenes that I was able to make out of the new Diamondpress Autoship. Aren't they gorgeous? They're really cute. So, thank you so much for allowing me to come in your space in order to do this video today. I am celebrating today, and I really wanted to make something special. That's why I did more than one card, more than one way, because I am celebrating creating my 100th YouTube video. So, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for allowing me to come into your space. If you have not already liked and subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do so, as I'm trying to get to 100 subscribers. And at that point, I will be giving away a coloring, I'm going to call it an ensemble, because I'll be giving away color pencils, and not color pencils, color markers, the fine line markers, and the bag to go to them. So, thank you so much for allowing me to come in your space, and join me on the next video. And I will see you in the next one.